Hello and welcome on this changeable weather day. It's 2nd of May, it's cloud one moment and then warmth and sunshine the next. So we now turn to the third of the four Toyah songs of this quartet called the PACT. As a recap, we have already had, we started with It's a Mystery. The mystery is the my story, which then leads to the arrival of the angel in the song Angel and Me. So we now come to the third story, or the third song, the PACT. The doors blow open. You've arrived. Now why do you kill, bring diseases and plight? I sigh. Silence. Cold icy air, black, manic stare. Wait, a reply. No, not I, it's a lie, it's a lie. I wouldn't do these things, it's she's sinned. You make my flesh creep. You've always managed to repulse me. Along the shore, the cloud waves break, the twin suns sink behind the lake. Strange is the night, now black stars rise, many moons circle through the sky. Why? Where is she now? She'd let the dawn rise, she'd bring peace, she'd silence the beast. He scratches his leathery scrin and grins. A pungent stench emits from him. Yes, he said, bowing his thorny head. She's dead. Along the shore, the cloud waves break. The twin suns sink behind the lake. Strange is the night where black stars rise, many moons circle through the sky. Why? Where is she now? She'd let the dawn rise, she'd bring peace, she'd silence the beast. I'll make ye a pact. I'll stop war, starvation, disease, poverty. I'll even stop time. But you'll be mine for eternity. Remember, no more time. If you want to rid me, I present to you the atom bomb. If I win all I've promised, now remember the pact, you're mine. I feel my skin hanging to my skull. Suction forces my shell to break. Liquid confusion hits the deck. So, what are we to make of this song, The PACT? We'll go back over the verses and I'll give you an interpretation of this. The doors blow open. You've arrived. So who's arrived? This is opening up to a brand new world. And coming from the human perspective of what we would perceive as God, I'm sure many would ask, why do you kill, bring diseases and plight? Which of course is met from a divine perception. So you're met with silence, cold icy air, a black manic stare. Because it is something that is neutral. It's not going to react to what you're saying. It doesn't need to defend itself. But then comes a reply. No, not I. It's a lie. It's a lie. I wouldn't do these things. It's she's sinned. So who is the she that we're talking about here? The she is actually man. There's a lovely old Sussex saying, you may have heard like ships and things being referred to as she. And the saying in Sussex, or the old saying in Sussex was, everything is a she except a tomcat and she's a he. So the she that is being referred to here is mankind. It's not the creator, it's not this all-loving God, this energy, this oversoul, whatever you want to call it, that would do these things. It's man that does the killing, brings diseases and plight. Then the next verse, it's a, basically, like I'm seeing the image of this on the screen as I record this video. Wow, that's 4 cars that have gone past today, and it's now sort of nearly 12 o'clock. It must be the lunchtime rush hour. So to get back to the song, the next verse, or the next 2 lines, is when we have that inner dislike of ourselves. You make my flesh creep. You've always managed to repulse me. When we have that self-loathing that's instilled by the system education programming. So we now come to what we could call the chorus. Along the shore, the cloud waves break, the twin suns sink behind the lake. Strange is the night, now black stars rise. Many moons circle through the sky. Why? Where is she now? She'd let the dawn rise, she'd bring peace, she'd silence the beast. I should point out here that whilst I have referred to Junus as being a sun, I'm referring to it in the sense of an sun, but it's also represented as a creation of something by bringing 2 together. So in some sense it's an son, but the angel can appear, or as it appears in an angel form, it can appear as female or male. To refer to Neville Goddard, the physical man is the bride of God. This is why it talks about Christ and the hosts. The bodies, these physical bodies, are the hosts. They are the bride. The physical body, which is made from the clay or from the dust of earth, as explained in scriptures in Genesis, would also therefore imply that the physical body is a creation that's given birth by Mother Earth. It is that part of you from the creative, nurturing nature female side. So to get back to the song, along the shore the cloud waves break, the twin suns sink behind the lake. Strange is the night, now black stars rise, many moons circle through the sky. What a strange world. Almost you could say the opposite is of what is shown in this world. She'd let the dawn rise, she'd bring peace, she'd silence the beast. This is the caring, nurturing side of this oversoul, this God, this creator. Now the next verse, he scratches his leathery skin and grins, a pungent stench emits from him. The he in this case is now referring to lower man. He scratches his leathery skin and grins, a pungent stench emits from him. It's what we radiate out. Yes, he says, bowing his thorny head. Can you think of a character that had a thorny head throughout history or mythology, for example? Yes, he said, bowing his thorny head, she's dead. It's a denial of that sort of divine seed that is waiting to be awakened in you. So we get this same depiction, this sort of chorus, along the shore the cloud waves break, etc., etc. Then the question, why? Where is she now? She'd let the dawn rise, she'd bring peace, she'd silence the beast. You've denied that, so it's not allowing it to happen. But why? Where is she now? Well, the why is the representation of the crucifix. That is the why that is being depicted. Where is she now? Well, there is no death, so this is why you have this bizarre setting where the cloud waves break, the twin suns sink behind the lake, and so on. Now the song takes a slightly different turn. I'll make ye a pact. I'll stop war, starvation, disease, poverty. I'll even stop time. It sounds like a good deal. But you'll be mine for eternity. Now you can read this as one of two ways. You could read this as the leaving the physical body and fusing as one with the Creator. And of course, for eternity, or it would seem in that unseen realm to be eternity, because remember, no more time. But then comes another door, another option. You still have the free will. If you want to rid me, I present to you the atom bomb. The atom bomb is the Adam bomb. So we're back in Genesis and it starts all over again. So regardless of whether you deny this spark, what is called the Christ consciousness or the Kundalini rising, whether you deny it or not, the outcome is going to be the same. Your experience of the outcome may be very different. If you think about the depiction of the atomic bomb, how it looks like a brain, and I'll come on to that in another little intermission video between this one and the final of these four Toyah songs called Brave New World. If I win all I've promised, now remember the pact, you're mine. You've never been forgotten, you've never been lost. It's just you have not done that internal journey and found that Creator, that angel that is as much inside you as it is outside. The final verse of this song, I feel my skin hanging to my skull. Suction forces my shell to break. It's referring to the skull. Liquid confusion hits the deck. It's a metaphorical death. It's very much the way Neville Goddard describes the whole birth from above sequence, where the sleeper awakes inside Golgotha, which is the skull, and finds itself entombed and pushes out through the back of the skull. And certainly I've had that feeling. It's like a very dull ache, and it's not a headache, but it's this very strange cloudy, dense feeling, and you sort of break out of it. It starts the whole process off. So the pact is, you could say, to give it a book title by Neville Goddard, it's the law and the promise. So things are set in place. You have that free will, but the outcome is going to be the same whichever route you take, whether you deny the spirit within you or whether you acknowledge and recognize the spirit within you. The only way you're going to be able to do that is to do that inner work, to realize that this realm is a reflection. Everything is a reflection. It is all being reflected to you in this material realm. And it's solidified by your thought. What matters to you becomes matter. There is nothing in this world that has not been thought of, already been created. So something to sit on, something like a chair. Now you have a choice there. You could cut down a living tree. You could turn it into a bench. You could go to the other extreme and you could basically act like a mosquito and suck the plasma from Mother Earth, and it's called oil. It's the blood of Mother Earth. Yes, it's a hologram, but at the same time it is biological, it is living, it is an organism, it is within this realm, but it does have a life. We don't, in the physical form, we are children, we don't leave the mother, because it's Mother Earth. You're always in contact with it. Consider why you have two soles on the bottoms of your feet, and then we talk about the soul. The circuit board of this reality, you notice circuit boards are predominantly either green or brown. That's no accident, because it is reflecting that the circuit that we are on is generally green or brown. You just have to look around you to see it all. It's beautiful here. I don't know if you can hear the bees buzzing around and just wild growing flowers. It's where, when I first came here, I erected a teepee, but it's like leave the wildflowers for nature, because you don't actually need to use this bit of land at this time. So it's trying to keep that balance and be in harmony with nature, as well as growing stuff for ourselves, as it were. So yeah, we come on to, I'm going to switch on the next video to a Linkin Park song from the album 1,000 Suns. It's the opening song, and then a famous Robert Oppenheimer quote about the atomic bomb, and I'll give you a breakdown of what that is showing, because it does tie in and it fits in basically with this song, the PACT. I'll make you a pact. You're being offered a deal, but you have the free will as to which path you take. That is the why. That is the fork in the road. You can also see, if you look at the capital letter Y, that character, it is an I, but it's got like a cornerstone from those two, and you've got two paths you can take. That is the Y. You'll have that inner knowing of which path to take. It's referred to as taking the right-hand path. It ties in with palmistry, so the left palm represents the past, so it's a left behind. The right palm represents the future, so you take the right path forward. So if you have on your left palm you have the past, on the right palm you have the future. You sit in the middle. You are the presence in the present moment, because that's all there is. As the song says, no more time. As I mentioned on the last video, how time seems to, in some ways, seems to be speeding up, and yet it also seems to be not moving at all. It's this contrast, this separation that is taking place. As I've said on the last few videos, there is nothing to fear, and there is nothing at all, nothing whatsoever to worry about, except those worries and doubts that you have in your mind. That is what makes the world go round, those thoughts that go round and round in your mind. If you consider the universe is you in verse, and as much as anything with scripture, when it's talking about the world, it's talking about inside you. You are a micro version, so you are an embodiment with a physical body. You are embodied in a physical body. The multitude are the cells of your body. All the characters in Scripture are representations of you, the parts that we'll all go through, playing each part in this script of Scripture. And as you can see in this song, the PACKT, you're given the free will. You can create another Genesis in this physical reality, as it were. How long for? That's another matter entirely, because, as I've said, the whole thing with this birth of Junus is aligning with the time concept, the time constraints of this reality, which it would have to do to be in this reality. And so by the time we get to the next Phoenix event of 2040, it will be 16 years old. So by the time we get to 2046, when the Nemesis, I think it's the Nemesis X object, drops out of the sky, it will have come of age and be 21. And of course, this is as much metaphor as it has a physical play out to all of these things. In what form that takes, what your perception of it becomes, what you witness, will entirely depend on how you have addressed yourself internally, whether you have faced your demons inside yourself, whether you have found that devil within you, that V that is pulling you down when you see the V. And how it is pulling you down, it is working on your side to help you find that rock bottom, which is the cornerstone within you, to which, when you bring everything in an alignment within oneself and you are in that balance, that Christ consciousness, that Kundalini rising, has now got a straight path to ascend, the ascension up to the heavens. The heavens are also within the skull. So that's, well, we're up to 22 minutes. I think that's long enough. So give me another couple of videos in the next day or two. The upload speed is pretty good, and I'm just guided by an internal voice, as it were, is saying, make a video, do this one now, put this message out, and so on. So don't shoot the messenger. I'm just relaying something in the hope and with the intention that it helps you. And again, just to reiterate, if you are struggling, then do come and talk to me. It is a reciprocal exchange where I will ask for a donation, minimum of €5. If you wish to give more, or on the strength of the discussion, if you feel that you wish to give more, that is very much appreciated. I have few options of how I can generate an income, so as much as anything else, from a personal level, this is as much answering a calling as creating a practical way to get through the material side of this reality. It is, after all, about taking active steps. So as much as anything else, this is taking an active step in recording these videos and giving you interpretations of the songs. So I'm going to say love to you all and wish you all a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you very much for listening.